that we need to understand. So when we, instead of thinking that we did waqf and it's not, or we have done something but it's waqf because of the way we said it, but now we want to change our mind, so now we need to understand all these things inshallah, and it's straightforward. الوقف معناه في اللغة الحبس عن التصرف. The meaning of الوقف in the Arabic language, when we say الوقف, we mean الحبس عن التصرف. يعني to be forbidden from using this specific thing. So just in general, الوقف الوقف means not to have access or not to be able to utilize this thing in the sense personal, as we will explain يعني. But الحبس, when الحبس يعني someone in jail, that is الحبس. Jail is called حبس because the person in jail cannot really move freely. So when we talk about الوقف, we're talking about when you dedicate something as a waqf, you don't have right to do with it what you will be able to do if you did not. So once I say X or this chair as a waqf, then there are restrictions. I'm limited now. I cannot do what I used to do before with this chair. All right. So when we say الوقف, we say الحبس يعني عن التصرف في الأشياء. قال ابن الأثير يقال وقفت الشيء أقفه وقفة ولا يقال أوقفته فإن هذا يعني لغة رديئة. So when you say يعني وقفت هذه أو هذا الماء لوجه الله, you say وقفت أو أوقفت. But it's very important to understand the difference in the language, and we will say when things become waqf and what are the conditions, because people will say it and then they regret it, or people say it and they don't mean it. Okay? Because once we will see, once you dedicate something as a waqf, that's it. It's out of your possession. Okay? Out of your possession. It doesn't belong to you anymore. You have no right to do anything with it except for the reason you have indicated. So يقال وقفت الشيء أقفه. So وقفت أقف, لكن لا تقول أوقفت. Okay? أما معناه اصطلاحا فهو تحبيس الأصل وتسبيل المنفعة. The meaning in the fiqh of الوقف تحبيس الأصل. Okay? الأصل is the thing that you want to put as a waqf. تحبيسه يعني you do not allow it to be used in a normal way regarding giving it away or selling it or giving it as a gift. So when we say tahbis, you become unable or you're not allowed anymore to do with it what you would do if it was your own property. Okay? Even though before you decide it's a waqf, it's yours. You cannot go to someone's wealth and say this is waqf. You have to have the possession of it. It has to belong to you. So once you say it's a waqf, now you're not allowed to use it the way, or to have the rights to it the way you have rights to your wealth, because it's out of your. So when we say tahbisul asli, يعني now this asl or this thing that you want to put as a waqf, you don't have the rights to it anymore as you would have for your own wealth. وتسبيل المنفعة, تسبيل يعني الإطلاق. So تسبيل المنفعة, and المنفعة, and some of the ulama said الثمرة, but المنفعة more general because ثمرة can be mainly for plants. So تسبيل المنفعة, this thing that you said it's a waqf, now you don't have the rights to it the way you would have for your own wealth because it's out of it. وتسبيل المنفعة, now you say, you know what, I'm gonna put it as a waqf, but I will not allow people to benefit from it. It doesn't work like that. So تحبيس الأصل, you put it as a waqf, وتسبيل المنفعة, then the benefit that comes out of it is accessible to whomever you indicate. So for example, I build a building and I say this is masjid. Okay, now before I say this is a masjid, it belongs to me. So once I say this is waqf as a masjid, then that means two things. First, I don't own it anymore. Whereas some people today, he'll build the masjid, he'll call it after his father's name, and then he controls the people what they want, what he wants to do in there. You can come in. You, no salah for you today. Go home. Some people do that, and this is no exaggeration. Okay? He might come on a Friday and start picking and choosing who's going to stay and who's going to leave. Alright? He might start threatening and say, today we're going to close. Okay? So it's very important. Once you dedicate a place that you own and say this is a waqf as a masjid, it entails two things. It's out of your property and you cannot come and sell it, and you don't have control over it. And second, you cannot prevent people from benefiting of it. If it's a masjid, the main thing is to learn in it, to pray in it, and all this. You cannot prevent. This is the fruit, and this is the benefits that come out of this asl. If it's, for example, bustan, or ha'it, or garden, or a farm, you say this is waqf for the poor. So first, you cannot sell it anymore. Second, when the poor come, you cannot tell them, I don't like you, so no food for him. He's poor, then he is entitled to get that or the benefit of that thing. والمقصود بالأصل هو ما يمكن الانتفاع به مع بقاء عينه. Now this al-asl, or the thing that you're going to put as a waqf, has to have a condition, and that is after it's being used, or after the benefit being attained by the people entitled to gain this benefit, still beneficial. Understand? Still beneficial. What does that mean? يعني this water, for example, can I put this water as waqf? No. Remember we talked about the difference in opinion about water? But those who went, they said okay, they said if you are willing to replenish it all the time, and you open a well and you keep bringing water to it, or a place and you keep providing water. So can I come and say this bottle as a waqf? No, because once it's drunk, once someone drinks it, it's finished. And al-asl, when they say tahbis al-asl means after I use it, it still can be used by the person after me, and by the person after me. Like a aqar. The aqar, a building, masjid, bustan, land, this and that, can be used over and over and over. Alright? A farm eats the fruit today, next year it will grow again, next year will grow again. Alright? Stuff like that. So in general, food cannot be waqf in this sense. You cannot bring order some big meal and say this is waqf, because once it's eaten and it's over, it's gone. Alright? والمقصود بتحبيسها أنها لا تباع ولا توهب ولا تورث أو تورث. So when we say تحبيس, you don't have that, you're not entitled to use it or to have the rights to it the way you would have for your own wealth. With your own wealth you can sell, with the waqf you can't. Your own wealth you can give as a gift, with the waqf you can't. With your own wealth, if you die, it will be inherited. With this it will not. Alright? So very important to understand these words. وتسبيل المنفعة, التسبيل يعني الإطلاق. تسبيل to allow people to have access. المنفعة يعني الغلة الناتجة. منفعة يعني the benefit of whatever. أمثلة الوقف ذكر ابن القدامى رحمه الله some of the examples of الوقف. أبرزها المساجد. Okay? The most famous, well-known type of waqf, صدقة جارية, is masjid. Okay? But today, every time someone wants to have waqf, He builds a masjid.